everyone, we are here today with another episode of Unboxing with Britt with Rampant Wolf Games. Today, we're looking at Pandemic, Fall of Rome. This standalone Pandemic game takes all the gameplay elements of Pandemic and immerses you in the Roman Empire. In this game, you will defend your cities and form alliances to preserve the empire. Let's take a look at what's inside. Alright, so I'm interested to see how this is similar to the original Pandemic game. I don't think it's a versus game, I think it's still a collaborative game. But with the fact that it's about the Roman Empire, it makes me almost think that it does have a versus component to it. Because you can have different alliances and that sort of thing with the Anglo-Saxons and the Franks, the Vandals, Huns, Visigoths, and Ostrogoths. So, not sure how that works. It looks like you can invade. But that just might be the NPC of, in this case, the barbarians invading into the city and defending. I quite enjoy these Pandemic games. It's nice to have very similar themes in which you would need to deal with certain threats in certain areas. So I'm also a huge fan of history. I actually studied Greek and Roman history in university. So this is just going to tickle my history bone. Let's see. Take a look at the board here. Oh, and I have it upside down, of course. So, of course it has your infection, what would be the infection chart, how close you are to being completely out, your decks, your discard piles, but because this one is a little bit different than your typical Pandemic and fighting your diseases and infections, I'm really interested in how it might differ with the human element now, and getting to go to all of these points and see what you can see. So I'll just take this out, put that on the bottom. So let's take a look just for my reference. So these are what looks like Legion tokens. So they're your little Roman legions. And of course your player pawns in various colors. And these are your forts, so they look like they're little tents or little buildings. See there. And then these are, looks like barbarian cubes that assign to the different people, like the Anglo-Saxons and the Vandals and the Visigoths, etc. And then you have your different people and cultures there for your identifying dice, or sorry, markers. And then of course you have your battle dice. That's what these guys are called. So without really knowing what's going on, it might be that cubes are drawn, or kind of like, I don't see a bag, so I don't think it's a blind draw and put out, but we will see once we actually get around to being able to play the game. And then we always get to the infamous cards that sometimes make you bite your tongue a little too much. So let's see what sort of Roman elements they have going on in here. So just resorting to my handy dandy thing, we have, as with most Pandemic games, we have our role cards. So you have your consul, you have your magister militum, mercator, praefectus classis, praefectus fabrum. So this tells me that it's, you know, these guys might be building cities, and these guys might be dealing with ports, and then of course you have your Vestal Virgins. Anything having to do with Romans deals with the Vestal Virgins. So very much like you're in your, for some reason completely blanks. I'm thinking Forbidden Desert, Forbidden Ocean. It's the water rising cards, or winds, or sun, or whatever. So these are the revolt cards that would increase your invasion rate and everything. And then taking a look at these, which are just the general player cards, very much like your locations that you can get to, or special abilities that you have, very similar to the Pandemic game. So there's those cards. And then with this one, these are your reference cards, your setup outlines, I guess what invasion entails, what defense entails. Ooh, as I drop it, Butterfingers. And then I believe these are, I guess, like the infection deck. These are actually barbarian cards, so I'm pretty sure this will be similar to the infection deck. So randomly drawn to see where things are going to go, and stack them a certain way. So yeah, I can see a lot of these elements are going to be very, very similar to the classic Pandemic. So I'm, of course, really excited to see how the Roman Empire ties into this, and I get to nerd out a little bit and taking a look at how accurate they are with actual history. But yeah, so this was a Pandemic, Fall of Rome.
And that was Pandemic, Fall of Rome. Once again, I'm Britt, and thanks for watching another episode of Unboxing with Britt with Rampant Wolf Games. Don't forget to subscribe, and remember, the rules are just a suggestion. Play the game how you want to play it.